Alright man, we have the NBA offseason coming up, and I was like, you know what man, it's time to talk about it, because we've been making videos on it, so let's just get it started early. And I found this article, it's Bleacher Report, I will have it linked in the description. It is basically the best trade that every team can actually make this offseason, so I'm hoping that this article's got like, actual stuff where it's like, it's not just stupid, it's not like, oh, trade Russell Westbrook for Josh Richardson and he's on Philadelphia when the money doesn't work, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping it's somewhat realistic, but we'll find out. I'll be giving my opinion on the trades, and every team's in here, and this is written by Grant Hughes. It was written it was written a month and a half ago. I was going to say a few weeks ago, but we're in November now. God damn, this year sucks. It's gone too quick, but let's just get right into it. And the first team is the Atlanta Hawks. I see Rudy Gobert here. The Hawks get Rudy Gobert and Joe Ingles from the Jazz, obviously, for Clint Capella, DeAndre Hunter, Kevin Huerter, and the number 6 overall pick. My question for the Jazz is why? I mean, I'd understand if they want to move on from Rudy. If they want to move on from Rudy, I feel like this is a very good deal. But for the Hawks as well, they're giving up way too much for Rudy Gobert. I mean, you got Clint Capella, who's solid, DeAndre Hunter, he was a number 4 pick last year, Kevin Huerter, great shooter, and the number 6 pick for Rudy Gobert. I mean, you get Joe Ingles too, but like, let's be honest, Joe Ingles is like, he's a role player, dude. That's all Joe Ingles is. I think this trade is definitely, I wouldn't be too surprised if it happened. I think maybe don't include the number 6 pick here, or don't include Hunter, Huerter, or the number 6 pick, and I feel like it's a bit more realistic, but I think the Hawks will be giving up too much, but it's not the most wild thing I've read today. Alright, next we have the Boston Celtics, and I see Miles Turner, and I already know what this is going to be. It's going to be Miles Turner, Gordon Hayward. The Boston Celtics get Miles Turner and Jeremy Lamb for Gordon Hayward, the 14th pick, and a future first-round pick. Off rip, that's a bad trade for the Celtics. Gordon Hayward is a great player, better than Miles Turner, and they're giving up 2 first-round picks for a player that's worse. I mean, I understand he fits better, and you get Jeremy Lamb too, yes, but Jeremy Lamb just destroyed his knee, bro. I mean, I don't think we should spend too much time on this. I've seen this on Twitter and stuff a lot. Go follow me on Twitter, by the way. Link is in the description. Go check it out. And yeah, I'm not doing this trade if I'm Boston. If I'm Indiana, I don't think I'd do this trade either. I don't like. If I'm like, why? Why would I do this if I was Indiana? I mean, for the picks, yeah, but is that really worth it? Like, I mean, if you want to reset, I guess, but nah, this trade isn't it. Brooklyn Nets, I see Joel Embiid. Okay, this is already... The Nets get Embiid, Bakaris the first, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jared Allen, the 19th pick, and another first-round pick. This would be wild. This would be if Philly want to move on, but I don't think Philly do. Philly just changed a lot of their front office and their coaching staff, and they've overhauled everything. I think they're going to give another shot. I don't see this happening this offseason at all. And if I was the Nets, you're losing a lot of depth. Yes, you get Joel Embiid. You have Embiid, Kyrie, and KD. That would be ridiculous, but I don't see Philly doing this. I don't really understand what Philly gets out of this. They got to give up Embiid, and they get some solid guys, some pieces, but they can definitely get more for Joel Embiid. If OKC got that hole for Paul George, you can get more for Joel Embiid. The Hornets, I see Steven Adams. Steven Adams for Terry Rozier. Again, I don't... Why do the Thunder want another point guard? Let's move on from this. The Bulls, I see Tobias Harris. I'm immediately going to say no. Tobias Harris for Otto Porter Jr. We get a first-round pick and a second-round pick. Honestly, I wouldn't hate it. I'm a Bulls fan if you didn't know, but I wouldn't hate it. We'd probably make the playoffs with this team, but I'm going to get a first-round pick. I just don't see it for the money, man. It's just, that contract with Tobias Harris, it's too bad. It's too bad to take on, even for picks. I'd have to give it a no. Cleveland Cavaliers, they get Harrison Barnes and Jabari Parker for Kevin Love. I mean, if I'm the Kings, I don't do it. You need Harrison Barnes on the wing. You don't... If you plan on getting rid of Buddy Hield at some point, which seems likely, I think. I think. I don't really know. But you need that wing depth. Harrison Barnes is like their only wing guy. Like, they're only forward. Bogdanovic is more of a guard. I class him more as a guard. And, I mean, Jabari Parker, who really cares? You get Kevin Love, like, what for? Like, what do you need Kevin Love for that Harrison Barnes isn't going to really do? I feel like both teams, this is just kind of pointless. This would be a relatively pointless trade. Dallas Mavericks, they get Josh Richardson for Seth Curry, the number 18 pick. I'm just going to say no. For Philly, that is a great deal. You get Seth Curry. He fits beautifully on that Philadelphia team. They need shooting. He's one of the most efficient shooters of all time. Seth Curry would be incredible, but Dallas, I mean, maybe if you want to focus a bit more on defense, I would do this, but honestly, I wouldn't hate it. I would not hate this trade. I feel like this is one that I wouldn't be mad if it happened. The money works perfectly, pretty much on the exact same amount of money. I wouldn't be mad. I would not be mad for either team. Then the Nuggets get Drew Holiday, Gary Harris, Will Barton, and a first-round pick. 100%, both teams should do this trade. Both teams should do this trade. Gary Harris is, I know he's sort of dropped off a little bit, but he's younger than Holiday. He fits the timeline of the Pelicans a bit more. Will Barton is just like a nice piece for them to throw in to match. And a first-round pick too, it's via the Rockets, so it's not going to be much. I think this is a perfect trade for both teams, and I think that this trade should have happened last year. And I'm going to stay with it. It should still happen. Get Drew Holiday on the Nuggets. The Detroit Pistons, they get Iguodala and Kelly Olynyk for Derrick Rose. On Detroit, like, why? I mean, you get a pick, you get the 20th pick, but I don't know. I just feel like this doesn't work. For the Heat, this makes sense if they don't bring back Dragic because he's a free agent. But other than that, I don't really understand why they do this trade. Kind of a dumb move. Yeah, the Warriors get Robert Covington from the Rockets for cash considerations and a first-round pick. I'm going to tell you right now, Houston's not doing this deal. Let's move on. Houston Rockets, Blake Griffin for Russell Westbrook. I mean, Blake just had a terrible season. He's been really injured. They get what? They get a first round pick and 2 seconds and 3 seconds. If you want to like sort of look a bit more towards the future, if you're Houston, you do this trade. If you want to be good right now, you do not do this trade. Russell Westbrook is better than Griffin. Griffin can't stretch the floor any more than Westbrook can, and I don't. And why do you want Russell Westbrook if you're Detroit? Do you just want to stay like between the 7th and the 11th seed forever? I mean, probably. That just seems what they seem to be doing, to be honest. But damn, bro, this is a bad trade. Indiana Pacers. They get Drew Holiday and a second-round pick for Miles Turner and Doug McDermott. To be honest, I wouldn't mind this, especially if Victor Oladipo leaves. If they get rid of Victor Oladipo, this is a great trade. You move Sabonis to the center. Drew Holiday fills the void of Oladipo. I really do like this trade. I feel like this is a much better trade than getting Gordon Hayward. Drew Holiday's better than Gordon Hayward. He keeps them relevant right now. Then you have all the Holiday brothers out in Indiana. And this also works for the Pelicans because Zion's going to need a stretch 5, and that's exactly what Miles Turner is. And Doug McDermott, he's going to hit threes for you no matter what. This is a W of a trade. I like this trade. Alright, we need to start speeding this up a little bit, to be honest. The Los Angeles Clippers. They get Jalen Brunson for Landry Shamet. If I'm the Clippers, I say yes. If I'm the Mavericks, I say why. Jalen Brunson's better than Landry Shamet. You need a pick or something to throw in there too. Simple as that. The Lakers get Dennis Schroeder for Kyle Kuzma. Bro, this is like a trade a Lakers fan drew up, bro. How are you going to get Dennis Schroeder? Kuzma's on like 2 million. Schroeder's on like 17 or something. Let's just... I mean, Danny Green would make the money work, but if I'm the Thunder, why would I take that trade? Why? Get out of here, bro. The Grizzlies, they get Patty Mills for Kyle Anderson. That's a W of a trade. If the Spurs just want to move on, I mean, if I was the Spurs, I'd ask for a pick, whether it's a first or a second. But I see this trade being somewhat reasonable. Patty Mills might want to win again. You know, we love Patty Mills around here, if you can't tell from the accent. No shit, I'm Australian, but I don't mind this trade. I don't hate it. Miami Heat, LaMarcus Aldridge for Iggy, Kelly Olynyk, and a second-round pick. No. I decided to take my headphones off because, like, what am I using them for? I'm not listening to shit. LaMarcus Aldridge? No. Just no. Let's just move on. No. Milwaukee Bucks. Chris Paul for Bledsoe, Ilyasova, Lopez, DiVincenzo, and a first-round pick. On both teams, Thunder's still going to be a pretty solid team with these guys. They get a young piece in DiVincenzo and a first-round pick. I don't hate it. If the Thunder want to move on from Chris Paul, this is an okay deal. I'd probably ask for maybe one more pick, be it a second or a protected first, but Chris Paul in Milwaukee would be pretty cool. Minnesota Timberwolves, they get Dennis Schroeder for James Johnson in a second-round pick. Again, Dennis Schroeder is worth more than that, and maybe if it's a first-round pick, I'd do it, but other than that, I'm not doing that trade. The Pelicans get Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, Kelly Olynyk, and a first-round pick for Drew Holiday. That is... wow, that is too much. That is too much. Take Tyler Hero out, and I might do this trade. Other than that, if take Tyler Hero out and I do this trade, I'd do this trade. I mean, Tyler Hero is way too valuable to just be like thrown into a trade package like this, and I think that's a little bit stupid considering the Heat just made the finals, and Tyler Hero was a pretty big reason why. And going from a very young player to a very old player, back to Chris Paul, to the Knicks. I mean, you get Frank Ntilikina, Allington, and a first-round pick from the Clippers, which is like the 24th or something. The Bucks package is better than this. If I'm the Thunder, I say no. I say no. If I'm the Knicks, I say why. Like, I mean, if I'm the Knicks, I'd be dumb not to take this trade because it's so lopsided. But other than that, I don't. This doesn't do much for either team. The Thunder. This is... okay, what's going on here? This is pretty much the exact same trade. Except they get Dennis Smith Jr. instead of Allington, and they get extra picks. This makes more sense. Why was that not the... what? I believe it's Grant that wrote this article. What are you doing, Grant? What is this? Why'd you do two trades in there? Anyway, this is a better trade. I'd be more inclined to take this if I was OKC, but at the same time, I feel like I'd still get more. But if it came down to it, I wouldn't hate this trade, to be honest. I would not hate this trade. Orlando Magic moving on from Aaron Gordon. I believe that Aaron Gordon's time in Orlando is gone. It's over. And move Isaac to the 4. I know he's going to be out because he did his ACL, but don't hate it. The Magic get the number 2 pick from the Warriors for Aaron Gordon and the number 15 pick. Ooh. Ooh, to the Warriors? I don't know about that, man. I don't know if that works. For the Magic, no-brainer. I take this trade. I get the number 2 pick. I draft whoever the hell I want to draft and take it from there. But the Warriors take this deal? I feel like you get something more than Aaron Gordon for the number 2 pick. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. That's one of those ones. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And let's just scroll down. Another Chris Paul deal. Chris Paul for Al Horford, Matisse Thybulle. No, Chris Paul's worth way more than that. And the Thunder don't want that contract. So let's move on. Phoenix Suns. I see Kelly Oubre. They acquire money from the Warriors and the number 2 pick for Kelly Oubre and the number 10 pick. Ooh, this is a great trade for both teams. This is a great trade for both teams. If I'm the Suns, why not, dude? Take the number 2 pick, get a point guard, get a young point guard. Rubio was good for them, but get a young point guard, or get like a really good wing or something. Just get whoever you want. And the Warriors, they still have the number 10 picks, so they can still get a decent young guy, and they get Kelly Oubre to come off the bench, or start at the 4 even for them. It depends what they want to do. But this is really good. I like this trade. I really do rate this trade. Portland Trail Blazers. This probably makes a little bit more sense. Aaron Gordon for Trevor Ariza, Anthony Simons, and a first-round pick. If I'm the Magic, I say take the lottery protection off it, make it like top 5 protected or something, and this is a great trade for both teams. The Blazers need a guy like Aaron Gordon to help them out. Aaron Gordon needs a new change of scenery. He'd have a much bigger role in Portland, I believe. Maybe? Kind of? Am I capping for saying that? I might be capping for saying that. But I thought it was a great trade. I would not change much about this trade at all. They get a young guy in Anthony Simons, and they get a pick. I wouldn't hate it. Sacramento Kings. They get Jared Allen, Rodion's Curix, I believe how you say it. Torian Prince for Buddy Hield. Ooh, wow. You know what? If I'm the Kings, I'd probably say no, because I've got Marvin Bagley, I've got Rashawn Holmes, I've got Harry Giles. I don't need Jared Allen, and he's the only valuable piece really here. If I'm the Nets, obviously I'd do this trade, but other than that, if I'm the Kings, I say no. I don't agree with this trade. The Spurs, they get Gordon Hayward for Robert Williams and Aldridge. This trade makes no damn sense for other team. Let's just move on. Let's just get out of there, bro. The Raptors get Bledsoe and Ilyasova, and a first-round pick for the number 15 pick in Kem Birch. Oh, this is a 3-team trade. The Bucks get Kyle Lowry, and the Magic get DiVincenzo and the 24th pick. The Magic is sort of just a throw-in team here for like no real reason, to be honest. If I'm the Raptors, no, I don't do this trade because the Raptors were really good. They nearly beat Boston, who did good against Miami, who were in the finals. If I'm the Raptors, I think this is a dumb trade to break it up right now. And obviously the Bucks, I do this if I'm the Bucks 100%. If I'm the Magic, I do this because, I mean, I'm not really losing anything if I'm the Magic here. I mean, I have to give up, what, Kem Birch and the 15th pick, but I get the 24th pick in DiVincenzo. I think the Raptors is what holds this trade back, and that's important because they have the best piece in the trade. The Utah Jazz, bro. I see Wendell Carter Jr. Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter Jr., lots of juniors. The number 4 pick, top 5 protected pick for Rudy Gobert. Hell nah, bro. What? Our young potential star center for the 4th pick. Another probably lottery pick, because Rudy Gobert don't make you that much better. For Rudy Gobert and Otto Porter Jr. as well, mind you. Let's just move on from this. This is a no. This is a no. If I'm the Jazz, no shit, I take this deal. If I'm the Bulls, no thank you. The Washington Wizards. I'm gonna say right now, this is gonna be like, I'm not looking at the screen, you can see. This is gonna be Wiggins, the number 2 pick, maybe something else for Bradley Beal. Wiggins, Pascal, the number 2 pick for Bradley Beal. If I'm the Wizards, I'm not doing this in the offseason. I might do this at the trade deadline if we suck and John Wall and Beal aren't working out. But Wiggins, I mean, I'd take the chance maybe. I feel like he's still got some all-star potential. And the number 2 pick, I wouldn't hate this trade if I was the Wizards. This is a pretty good package for Bradley Beal, probably the best package you're going to get. And I wouldn't be too mad about it. That's going to do it. That was the best trade that every team can actually make this offseason, according to Grant Hughes. We didn't agree with all of them, but honestly, it wasn't that bad overall. It really wasn't that bad. I agreed with some, I disagreed with some, and yeah, depending on how this video does, depends how more I'll do this. Honestly, kind of enjoy doing it. It's probably going to do it anyway, because we ain't hungry for views like that right now. I'm just enjoying myself. Assassin's Creed's coming out next week. I'm going to be uploading that on the channel. If you like that game, if you like playthroughs, whatever, that's what we're going to be doing around here. But other than that, if you're still here at the end, it's probably about the, I'm going to say like 17, 18 minute mark. You should like the video. You enjoyed something, bro. You should like, you should subscribe. And that's it from me. And peace out.